At 4:12 p.m., a lone Ukrainian MiG-29 skimmed the Dnipro River basin at 140 meters, its nose pointed toward the Mirivka Dam, now a critical Russian supply artery. The mission brief had been brutally simple: destroy the crossing without killing the civilians forced to drive its cargo. That meant one window, one vector, one strike, and no second chances. The pilot had been airborne for 8 minutes, and already every muscle in his body worked on instinct. Below him, the river twisted like a steel-gray blade through the valley. Above him, the sky was empty, but the electromagnetic spectrum was not. The MiG's SPO-15 warning receiver pulsed with faint strobes, each one a whisper of distant radar sweeps probing for him. Weak now, but getting stronger. He stayed low, 140 meters, then 120, then 100, right in the air between terrain and treetops. At this altitude, visibility wasn't flying, it was survival. Power lines flickered past the canopy with no time to process their existence. Farmhouses appeared as blurs. The ground moved at 230 meters per second, and his hands corrected faster than conscious thought. Ahead, the valley narrowed. This was the shield that kept him alive. Granite walls blocked long-range search radars, giving him 8 more minutes of relative invisibility before the terrain opened into the flat agricultural plains, what pilots called the killing field. Once he left the valley, every Russian radar within 50 kilometers would see him in the same heartbeat. He checked his fuel. 2,580 kilograms. Enough for the strike and the return, assuming he flew clean and didn't need to fight for his life. In this war, that assumption was almost always wrong. The centerline carried a single French-designed Hammer glide bomb, INS aligned, GPS averaging 12 satellites, rocket motor armed. But the weapon needed altitude to reach its full envelope. He'd have to climb for the release, and climbing meant dying. Fast, if he mistimed it. The SPO-15 chirped again. North, slow sweep, S-400. East, sharper pulse, Buk and Tor. South, faint but steady, Tor M2. 3 systems. 3 threat rings overlapping like a noose. The valley was masking him. For now. But the signals were already tightening, picking him up during each small gap in terrain. He pushed the throttle gently forward, 820 kilometers per hour. Every second gained here was 1 less second spent under missile lock. His breathing slowed, his jaw unclenched. This was the last calm he would get. 5 minutes to valley exit. 5 minutes until the sky turned hostile. He leveled the jet at 110 meters, the tree line rushing beneath him like a conveyor of shadows, and mentally rehearsed the next sequence. Brake lock, survive the climb, release clean, dive out, escape. Every step required precision measured in seconds, and one mistake would scatter his aircraft across the Ukrainian countryside. The dam appeared on the drone feed as a thin gray line, still miles away but fixed now in his mind. The approach had begun. At 4:17 p.m., the MiG-29 reached the final bend of the valley. Ahead, the terrain opened into flat farmland, 8 kilometers of exposure with no cover, no contours, nothing but empty sky. The moment his wingtips cleared the ridge, everything hunting him would see him at once. The SPO-15 confirmed it. The search signals that had been faint ripples now hardened into sharp, rhythmic pulses. The S-400's 92 N6 gravestone radar, northeast, shifted from wide-beam search to narrow-track precision. To the south, the Tor M2's command radar sharpened its sweeps, its algorithm calculating potential intercept points even before it achieved lock. To the east, the Buk M3 lit up with the cold efficiency of a system designed to swat aircraft from treetop level to the stratosphere. He crossed the ridge, and the sky exploded. The RWR flooded with strobes in every direction, each one a digital scream. The calm pulses became a solid wall of electromagnetic aggression. 6 emitters at once, all high intensity. He was naked now. At 820 kilometers per hour, the aircraft vibrated as wind hammered the fuselage. The farmland ahead stretched out like a runway into hell, dead flat, nothing to hide behind. The pilot lowered his chin, tightened his harness, and waited for the sound every fighter pilot dreads. It came 1 second later, a solid tone. S-400 lock. Range, approximately 38 kilometers. He pushed the stick right and dropped his left wing until the jet hung knife edge to the horizon. At this angle, his velocity vector became perpendicular to the radar beam. His Doppler shift collapsed. To a tracking radar, he now looked no different from the ground beneath him. The tone broke, but the maneuver cost him altitude, down to 85 meters, and energy. He leveled out again, careful not to climb into clearer radar geometry. Then the Tor M2 found him. The warning tone was shorter, chirping. Command guidance, not active seeker. More dangerous in its own way. A Tor missile didn't think. The operator guided it with mathematical indifference. No seeker to jam, no logic to deceive. Only the radar lock mattered. He slammed chaff. First bundle, long fibers cut for X-band threats. Second bundle, micrometric cuts for K-band radars like the Tor. A corridor of reflective static bloomed behind him, a shimmering electronic cloud. For 2 seconds, the Tor radar hesitated. In modern combat, 2 seconds is a lifetime. He dove, 85 meters, 70, then 52. Trees blurred into streaks. Farmhouses became flashes of color. The ground effect pressed against the airframe like a physical force. The Buk M3 joined the hunt. A triple-tone sweep. East, high precision. 3 systems, 1 target. The pilot exhaled once, slow and controlled. 3 kilometers to release window. There would be no stealth now, only speed, geometry, and violence. He lit the afterburner. The war officially began. At 16:19 hours, the MiG-29 reached the release point, an invisible mark in the sky calibrated from satellite imagery, terrain data, and the hammer bomb's flight profile. The SPO-15 howled nonstop now. No distinct tones. Just a single wall of electronic panic. He climbed. It was the maneuver every operator expected and every manual warned against. From 52 meters, the jet pulled upward in a hard 4.5 G arc. The nose punched through 300 meters, then 800, then 1,500. Every meter gained meant better range for the hammer and better firing solutions for everything hunting him. The S-400 seized him first. A solid lock. No ambiguity. The Tor M2 and the Buk M3 locked on seconds later. 3 radars, 3 simultaneous firing solutions, 1 lone aircraft. He rolled slightly, just enough to force their computers to recalculate, buying microseconds measured only by machines. At 2,600 meters, the weapons panel flashed green. Release parameters met. He steadied the aircraft for exactly 1 second. No longer. In that heartbeat, the hammer systems aligned. GPS confirmation, INS calibration, seeker cooling, trajectory solve. He pressed the pickle. The jet lurched upward as 250 kilograms of precision lethality separated clean. The bomb's rocket motor ignited, sending it climbing even as he rolled inverted and dove back toward the deck. The missiles launched behind him, long white plumes carving upward. He didn't look back. He forced the MiG into a steep dive, 8.5 G, close to blackout, the frame groaning in protest. Below, the hammer reached its apogee and tipped into its terminal dive. The IR seeker caught the dam as a bright line against cold water. It adjusted, 2 degrees, then half a degree, micro-corrections invisible to the human eye. Impact. A white flash, then a shockwave tearing concrete apart from the inside out. Water erupted through the breach, widening it by the second. The pilot leveled out at 90 meters, fuel low but alive. The dam was gone. The supply route broken. The mission complete.